Alright, guys, so today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. I'm at home right now with my cousin. Um, I had a very odd sort of practice today. It was very frustrating, but um, very, eye-opening of how some of the coaches see me. Um, you know, I was generally just told that, I don't care about the team or, I don't care about anything, on the team. Basically just basically being called a failure at that point. I didn't choose to not play. I didn't choose to, play outside linebacker. I didn't choose those sort of things. Those sort of just placed on me, coming from, playing 50% of a game to just playing maybe a good 3% of the game. Sort of left its mark. So, one of the coaches just generally said, I don't care, or I just don't, put effort in. It kind of felt like an attack, because if I didn't care, I would have quit alongside all the other kids on the team that quit. I would have quit with, some of the players, some of the seniors, mostly seniors that just quit, just because they didn't get to play, or, that may be my attitude next year, but, it's not this year. I had made a comment to both the coaches who kind of made the assumption that I don't care. Early on in the season, maybe about week 4, um, saying that, there's, more to me just being a kid that don't play. I want to help the team out, rather that's on special teams or that's you know, on the sideline, just yelling for them and cheering. That's something I'm willing to do. Obviously, if, I get my, couple plays a game, I'm not complaining. At least I have something to look at and, get better in practice about. But generally when you yell at a kid for, who's been working his tail off day in and day out, just doesn't seem right to me. It felt like an attack on, my very well-being. I didn't, I started playing this game at a very young age. Most say I was probably played more than some of the seniors at this point. Been playing since I was 5. Maybe, some other kids, played, when they were a little bit younger than I was, but, for others, it's just something that I did and I was interested in. I was always a kid that was centered around the ball. If the ball wasn't in my hand, I wasn't a very happy kid. It was always sort of my sort of lifestyle. I was always a football player. I was always focused on getting stronger, bigger, faster, those sort of things. But when you just tell a kid that's been playing for more than half of his life that, he just doesn't care, it seems like an attack on my end. You say I don't care, if I didn't care, I would have quit, like I was saying earlier. I just don't see the point of, me going to work my tail off every week and, just give it all my got and, not be noticed at all. If I promised myself I wouldn't quit anymore. I wouldn't do those sort of things. I wouldn't quit when everything got hard. And that was the mentality going into the year. I knew I wasn't gonna, start somewhere. I knew I was gonna have to work for it. And, if you say I haven't worked all year, I don't know like what to tell you, because I've been working all year to at least get 3 or 4 plays a game, or even a quarter. At this point, I've been churning it up at second O, and nothing's changed, because coaches will be saying if you work hard enough, maybe you can take someone's spot. But with all this talent in front of me, I highly doubt I'm going to be able to take someone's talent, just because their eyes are diverted on the talent rather than who's working in a different position.
Power off.
And just very plain annoying. But at the end of the day, I've accepted what's been going on, but the constant reminder that I'm ineligible, the constant reminder I'm someone that doesn't start, someone that doesn't, that doesn't work hard, you can say I'm ineligible, or you can just say, I don't care, or whatever. That's fine to me. But, the moment you say I just don't work hard, or I don't give it my all in every single practice, it feels like an attack on like what I've been built to do. I didn't, put my body through a constant strain the last 2 weeks, trying to prepare the teams for these wins that probably went to 35 to 40% of the scout offense, or you know, a good chunk of it's because of film and everyone's watching film or whatever. But what about the guys, who are putting their body on a risk against starters or people that are like a whole 100 pounds more than we are? I put my shoulder at risk, popping out during the game on special teams. I put putting my calf, which felt like at the point was gonna like tear in half, at risk. I put my body at risk for these guys. And to say I don't care about the team, or to say that I don't, just don't give a flying damn about anything else, feels like an attack. I've been playing this game a lot for more than half my life, and for someone to say that just feels like an attack on who I am. So, I'm teaching my little cousin, the game of football as he goes. Hopefully he figures out, the game better than I did. I didn't have that role model, and I hope I can be that role model for him. And he may be little now, but when he gets to my age, I hope he doesn't have to go through the things I went through. It's sort of something, trying to keep him away from, maybe when I'm out of college and, I have a job or whatever, I can come back and, just watch him play and watch him grow as the sport goes with him, hopefully getting him to cherish what he still has, and I don't at this point. I don't have the time anymore to, mess up and just keep switching positions. I'm at a level where you can't switch positions. You fail, you get replaced. You get hurt, you get replaced. And that's what I'm basically putting on the line for my team, and, not even the seniors, seniors just look at me as some kid who just complains about playtime. I don't play, and I'm accepted I don't play. But, the constant attack by teammates, saying I don't care. I'm not going to point names, and I should have made an earlier comment about this, but, comments were made after the game at Houston High, and, I wasn't having it. If it wasn't for a couple of my good buddies telling me, like, hey, let's go, it's not worth it, it's not worth it at that point, when I've been working my tail off the whole season, and I don't complain about playtime. I never do. I've made a point about it one time, and that was it. But say I continuously do it is playing attack to who I am. I've been playing for more than half my life, and, when you come from a very crappy background of, football, a town that doesn't generally specialize in sports, then you can go say that, I hadn't worked my butt off, during that time. And I get to an ESCO on a completely different organization that, who, strives at hard work. But all I see is a bunch of talent hogs, and there's a couple of teammates, that aren't, they're really good at what they do, but they're not, basing it off their talent. It's off their hard work and how much they have worked to get to the spots they have gotten. But, for the rest of the guys, a bunch of them are just a bunch of talent hawks, and that's all they do is all about talent, all about this, all about that. And it's like, how about that guy worked hard, or that guy's working hard, or, seeing those things, The awards really showed me what the coaches had in mind. And if there was an award for, almost, injuring yourself, helping your team out, I should have gotten that award. But at the end of the day, it's what I got to do, and it's good. I'm going to keep doing it if I got to do it continuously next year. So just want to get on here, tell you guys what's going on. I guess this could be the explanation part 4, but that's what we're going to call it. It's the explanation. But I just want to get on here and really, spit out my feelings about what has just recently went on. Last 3 weeks have been like getting hawked down by coaches, saying that I don't care, or saying that I plainly don't care what I'm doing in classroom. the last 2 years I had exceptional grades. They might not have been, 3.7s or something. I had a 3.2 last year. That's what I was riding with, But at least it wasn't half the guys who were ineligible or anything like that this year. Like I've mentioned multiple times on multiple occasions, 2 of my coaches already know why I'm ineligible. I was in a hospital. I don't know how much I have to explain that, but when a coach doesn't know and the coach doesn't explain like, hey, he was in a hospital, it's just not very helping at all. So we keep working, keep putting myself at risk for my team that clearly doesn't care what I do as it is. Hopefully that changes next year, because someone else better be putting their body on the risk for me, because I've been doing it all year. I've been putting my body on the risk at all the time. I've been, taking big hits from these bigger guys, sucking it up and just getting back up and, going back. I could have just cried like a little punk and just set out and be like, he hit me, my arm hurts or something. But no, I went in with a freaking busted elbow just about and kept playing. Just tired of, everyone not seeing what I'm bringing to the team. I'm bringing, I'm trying, run routes, the way that some of these other teams run routes, all the best players. And it just generally doesn't make sense to me how I don't contribute to the team, So, I guess that's all I got to say, but I would have said a lot more and made this video a lot longer, but I'm just very ticked off at the point. And see you probably in another explanation, just because I have a lot to say about some of the stuff that's been transpiring. The vlogging will continue, just hadn't really got the time to talk to teammates and me with my grades. I'm not allowed to take my phone to school, otherwise I would have already done 2 interviews. So catch y'all later, and this is explanation part 4.